A lot of people think that you can't enjoy Rust unless you're on all day, especially as a solo. This wipe is proving that wrong. It's part 3 of my casual Rust solo wipe on an official server. I'm completely solo, playing on a server full of clans, grinders, and people playing 8 hours a day. I'm only a solo, playing 2 to 3 hours a day, but I want to show you that you can still enjoy everything that Rust has to offer. By the end of day 5, we were in a solid spot. We had a box full of farm, and I left it all cooking overnight with my e-furnaces. Day 6 started a little differently for me. I usually don't log in this early, I normally play later in the evening, but for some reason I decided to hop on early just to check things. When I saw all the cooked resources ready to go, I thought about saving the upgrades for later, but something told me just to use it right away. And honestly, that decision probably saved the wipe. Because when I logged back in later that day on day 6, the base had been raided. If I had waited, they could have taken everything. All that farm, all that progress, gone. But because I logged in early and played smart instead of long, the damage was limited. And that's what being a casual solo is really about. You don't need endless hours, you just need good timing and smart decisions. Day 6 wasn't easy, and it doesn't get any easier from here. But if you are a solo thinking of playing official, this wipe might change how you see it. Okay, so they weren't able to get my TC. I have a good amount of stuff still in there. Okay. One thing that I've learned playing solo is that it's better to spread out your loot. Now, I didn't do a great job at this. I did okay, but it could have been better. The raiders did get my main loot, but I had a few kits stashed away in different spots, and that was enough to keep things moving. After a quick patch up, just sealing things up, I geared back up and headed straight out. Most of my components were in core and now in the raiders' base, so I made my way over to Airfield to stock up. I wasn't trying to do anything crazy, just looking to grab what I needed and get back. Alright, we have red card. I'm gonna recycle a little bit at the hangars here. I don't have much to recycle, so we'll recycle a few items, take this back. And to be honest, for a rebound, I think we should hit up some oil. Before I was able to finish my recycle run, Airfield had other plans. Within a few minutes, things started getting busy. And as a solo, I had to decide fast, to fight or to leave. I see a guy right here, man. What? I knew that there was another guy here, I just couldn't find him, so I repositioned. As a solo, we've always want to be moving. The moment someone knows exactly where you are, it's only a matter of time before their whole team collapses on you. Staying unpredictable is what keeps you alive. And from my new position, I spotted the second player. I see him actually. He's on top of the hangar in the front. Hold up, hold up. Yeah, that was him. Okay. Oh my god, bro. Now, I could have just left. I already had a decent amount, which mattered, especially after just being raided. But there was still that first guy I killed. And little did I know, that wasn't the end of it. Okay, one of the friends is back. Now I could just leave, or I can flank around. I say we flank around, man. Does he not see me, bro? There's more, man. Even after killing the third guy, there were still 2 more. There's always more, but at that point it didn't really matter. I'd already stashed what mattered most, so I threw together a basic kit, and I just hoped that they didn't find the stash. I also brought no cloth with me. That's okay. I should have expected the second one to be back, because the first one came back so quick, but... oh well, I'm just hoping that they don't find my stuff. That's really all I care about. Okay. So the MP guy was not with the original group from my understanding, because they didn't come and loot that body. Okay. So they did not find my stuff, bro, which is good. Okay, let's make some room here. I think we do that. Okay, let's get this back to base now, man. Let's get out of here. I see somebody. He was just on top of the middle hangar running across the main now. That's okay. We're gonna take what we have and get this back to base, man. The red card's gonna help us a lot. And we have 3 SMG bodies, right? Yeah. Okay, next step I think is get our E-furnaces back up and use up that one pure orty that we have and get a lot of metal and sulfur. Because we'll need that for ammo, nades, and stuff like that, right? So... using the components from the airfield run, I geared up. After some farming and getting a few furnaces going, I noticed cargo docking at harbor. Now, as a solo, cargo can seem scary. And yeah, it is. But harbor is what I look for, the PvP. And if I do get a pick on cargo, it's always worth a shot. Winning one single cargo run beats losing multiple. I see an attack heli up top, and there's somebody at the very top of the back there. Way up there. I don't know if you guys saw that or not, but I want to get into this like more crowded area for sure. I don't want to be spotted out. So all those shots are like on that side of harbor. They're not actually on cargo. From the sounds of it, man. Okay, I'm gonna do a risky swim. Just hoping there's nobody like camping in the water. Okay, so the LR fell in the water, man. GG's, man. Cargo is filled with grubs. Even if you kill the geared players, there's grubs around every corner. And yeah, it's frustrating at first, but that's part of the process. You just have to get used to it, especially when you don't have a teammate to fall back on. But we had work to do. With a finished base, added a small garage on the roof, and having a mini just makes things easier, especially taking oil rig. And at this point in the wipe, all I really wanted was PvP. Whenever I need a mini, I hit up train tons, then head over to Outpost to recycle the comps. Alright, we have our mini. We're gonna gain some height, and then we're gonna fly back to basement. I feel like the bigger bases like right here probably have SAMs, especially a base like that, so let's gain a lot of height before we start moving. It may not even be a bad idea to kind of do a little bit of a wide loop. By the time I got home, I noticed that large rig had come up. I wanted to be the first one there, so I did a quick depot, grabbed what I needed, and headed straight out the oil rig. Once on the rig, I started clearing the scientists, but oil rig always has traffic, and it didn't take long for another team to show up. He got up, man, he got up. I try to learn and improve from every loss, and in this fight, I should have moved. Staying in the same spot made me predictable. And with another cargo docking at the harbor, I decided to gear up and see what I could get done. Guy right there, man. He doesn't see me. Wow. Insane shots on that guy, man. Let's try to get back there and see if our kit gets looted. I'm hoping not, but you never know, man. Let's get those MP shots, man. Can I put that wall down, please? Thank you. I should probably head home and depot this stuff, man. Playing wipes longer than a few days, you start to notice your area changing a lot. Now when I moved in, there was a big blue base right there, and over time it decayed, and eventually I noticed a group building in its place. I wanted to be nice, so I went over, introduced myself, and let them know I was friendly, hoping they'd be as cool as my other neighbors. But little did I know, that's not what they wanted, and with their numbers, it was about to change the direction of my wipe. that marked the end of day 6. Day 7 started with the PvP room and I had no idea what was waiting for me. Every corner could be a trap, and every scrap of loot could draw attention. Solo life means you don't get second chances, and at this point, I wanted fight. But my biggest concern was always the numbers. How many people I'd be facing at once, and whether I could handle it alone. One's climbing up that hill right there, bro. Now keep in mind that my area was pretty quiet for PvP, so now when I spotted these two players heading towards me, I had a feeling that I might be my neighbors. And knowing that they know my name, they have numbers, and if it was them I killed, there was no chance I'd make it back to base. So I headed to Fishing Village just to let things cool down a bit, and that's when it hit me. I saw them, and not just a couple of players, too many to count at a glance. And if they wanted me gone, they wouldn't have to think twice. I mean, there's 8 of them right here, man. Just alone. That's 9. I mean, I wonder how many more there are, man. 9 went past me, but... After depoting, I noticed that cargo was out, so I headed to my closest harbor to see what I could get done. Wait, there's bots up top. What do you mean? Hold up. Wait, there's bots everywhere, man. Is nobody on cargo? Once on cargo, I noticed that nobody had activated the crates, and the bots were still alive, which I didn't expect. But with the next harbor so close, there was no way I was getting out contested. And it didn't take long for things to get crowded. Okay. Now I could have kept fighting and tried my luck, but I'd already seen at least 2 more and who knows how many counters were waiting at Harbor. Instead, I took the win and left while I still could. As a solo, you're never gonna kill them all or loot everything. You have to learn when to take what you can and get out before it's too late. I mean, that seemed to be a bigger team, man. There were still 2 more alive. And maybe that first guy that I believe knocked, maybe I didn't finish him, so he picked them up. But let's find a train. Let's take the train back to base, man. Okay, made it back. My area had slowed down, with the exception of the big group that decided to build right beside me. So I hopped on a train and jumped off and I spotted a big raid. Big raids bring counters, and that's exactly what I was hunting. Bro, this area is popping off, man. Jeez. This is where all the PvP's at, man. This is where all the servers at. Guy right here. That's one done. Okay, that's 2 dead. Being far from base, there was no way to depot, or come back to clean up a close fight. So I did what I always do. I placed bags nearby and dropped a backpack with a few backup kits, just in case I needed to head back to finish what I'd started. Two guys over there shooting at that mini-man. Let's go try fighting that. Okay, there's one guy right there. It's a 3-man maybe, is it? They're all Hazzies 3-man. Looks like they're heading over to the right to counter, so I think I counter... Like, I'll third party their fight. Guy right there. Okay. I see a Hazzy AK across the way, man. I still see the Hazzy AK. Okay, that AK is dead. Looks like that naked had a gun as well, man. Okay, I'm gonna try to get my bag, whatever else is there, and then get home with that, man. Okay. Is that an LR, bro? I think I just heard LR, man. The last few days were packed with PvP, and I was excited to keep getting into more fights, so I depoted what I'd gotten and called it a night. When I woke up the next day, I'd been raided. Fully. They used more than 40 rockets to get everything I had. That was the end of the way. So, can you progress as a solo unofficial, playing casually? You absolutely can. Hope you guys enjoyed the solo series, and I'll see you in the next one. Happy New Year's.